religious people, and a few very smart.
Yes.
Few were very smart. In fact, some of them belonged to the Masons. Some of the brothers in the early 30s, joined Mr. Farad from the Masons. That language attracted the Masons because they have a similar language. And it attracted Eastern Stars, the sisters, African American sisters, black sisters, who also belong to a similar group. They all similar. Masons, Eastern Star, and the teachings of Mr. W.D. Farad. I'm sure that some others came in that were also from that same kind of language. But they weren't Masons, weren't Eastern Star. They were something else. Moorish Americans came in. Few Moorish Americans joined the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mr. Farad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. In his time, they joined him too, Moorish Americans. And Moorish Americans have similar language. They have that similar language. What they say on the surface, or what the word says to the average mind, is not the real meaning. The real meaning is what you get by translation or interpretation.
Right.
So that's the time we're talking about. Now, how did Mr. Farad present himself? He first presented himself as Professor Farad. Not as a prophet, not as God. He presented himself as Professor Farad. This is history. This is all documented. If I had to produce proof of this, I can go get the document and show you. Right on top of the book says Professor W.D. Farad. Sometimes he called himself W.F. Mohammed. Sometimes he called himself W.D. Farad and W.F. Mohammed. Sometimes he called himself Wali Farad Muhammad. He spelled it out, spelled the W out. Wali Farad Muhammad. So he referred to himself by different names. But he introduced himself, as I said, first as Professor Farad. Professor Farad. Professor is a teacher, an educator. So that's how he present himself first. How is